Hello everyone, welcome back to your favorite sports channel, Trivia Fever. You're here with your host Master Priyadarshan, and we know how it goes every day. I first tell you the answers of the questions that I asked you yesterday, hoping that most of you have got almost all the questions right. Otherwise, I'm always there to tell you the answers, and that's how we begin our day. And then I will move on to asking you the five new questions for today. So, without any further ado, let's start off with the answers of yesterday's questions. So, here is question number one for yesterday. The 2022 World Cup will be Qatar's first World Cup appearance. This is the second time the host nation will make their World Cup debut in the same year. When was the first one, and which country holds this particular record? Well, the answer is a very interesting one. We know this is one of the good footballing nations in the world. The answer is Italy, and it was in the year 1934, where they were also the hosts and they also managed to win the cup. Moving on to question number two for yesterday. Here it is. Only once the Football World Cup was held in two different countries. You had to tell me which year did this happen and which were the two countries that co-hosted the Football World Cup. The answer for this is the year 2002, and the two countries which co-hosted it were South Korea and Japan. So it would have been kind of hectic for the players, but nevertheless they got to roam that much. That's how I see it. Moving on to question number three for yesterday. Here it is. At the age of 42, Roger Mills became the oldest to score in a World Cup by scoring against Russia in the 1994 FIFA World Cup. Whose record did he break to achieve this particular feat? Well, at the age of 42, to be able to run that distance is one thing, and to be able to score a goal is another thing altogether. So that's really great. And when I asked you this question yesterday, I told you this might be a trick question, and yes, it was. So the answer that I was looking for was he broke his own record. So at the age of 38, he scored 4 goals in the 1990 FIFA World Cup that was held in Italy. So from 4 goals to one, but still he was all guns going and breaking records even at that age. So it's kudos to him. Moving on to question number four for yesterday. Here it is. Which was the first team to host and win the World Cup? So hosting it for the first time and also being able to win. Well, to your surprise, this was the first time ever that the FIFA World Cup began, and that was in the year 1930. And it was hosted by Uruguay, who also managed to go on and win the trophy. So what a grand start did they have to their footballing life, or rather to the footballing world. And that brings us to our last question for yesterday. So here is question number 5. The highest scoring game in the World Cup history was in 1954. Between which teams was this game played, and what was the final score line? Well, I am definitely sure that many people would have thought about the match between Brazil and Germany, which ended 7-1. But well, if you total the 7 and 1, you still get a total of 8, and that doesn't compare to the answer of this question actually. The answer is where Austria defeated Switzerland by a margin of 7-5. So that's a total of 12 goals in one match, and which is really crazy. I would have really wished to see that match live because of the constant action that would have been going on throughout the 90 minutes. And that sums up our 5 questions for yesterday. It's time to move on to the 5 questions for today. So here is question number 1. Who is the first player in NBA history to record totals of at least 1800 points, 800 assists, 150 steals, and 50 blocks in a season of 2016-17? So who is this player who has it all, who can play any position, and who can just get and keep accumulating these points? Moving on to question number 2 for today. Here goes. The very first dash dash contest was won by Larry Nance Sr. of the Phoenix Suns at the 1984 NBA All-Star Game. The current champion of the NBA dash dash is Derek Jones Jr. of the Portland Trail Blazers. The person who won the maximum time is Nate Robinson, and that was in the years 2006, 2009, and 2010. So, what is this contest that we are talking about? Or all you have to do is simply fill in the blanks. Moving on to question number 3 for today. Here goes. John Wall wears number 2 for the Wizards. His number in college was number 11. Then why did he choose to play with the number 2? So there is a sort of a mathematical formula to this. Let's see how many people are able to crack that. And that brings us to question number 4 for today. So it's a simple question. Let's see how many can crack this one. Who is the second opener in Test history after India's Sunil Gavaskar to score 3 consecutive Test hundreds twice in his career? So it's not a simple record. It is to score 3 consecutive Test hundreds, not once but twice in his career. So he is the second batsman to do it. So can you guess who this talented batsman is? And that brings us to our last question for today. A very nice note to end today's question. So here is question number 5. X is the first batsman to hit 6 fours in an over in a T20 match. Srinath Arvind of the Royal Challengers Bangalore was at the receiving end of an IPL match in 2012. So what is the name of this player who was able to score 24 runs in a matter of 6 balls? So this sums up our 5 questions for today. Thank you for tuning in. Do stay tuned in tomorrow, because tomorrow we'll be coming in from a live different location and it will be really, really fun. So also till then, try and answer the questions of today. And even if you don't know the answers, try to venture a guess, because there are no wrong answers in a quiz. I will be seeing all of you tomorrow. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe to the channel. That's all from me for today. So till tomorrow, please stay safe, take care, and a very, very good night.